I just want to acknowledge that what we have are incredible partners, governor, mayor, partners, not just on this initiative that we're celebrating today, but every day. Governor, again and again, you have stepped up for MTA riders, the budget deficit, increasing service, and most of all, your prioritization of subway safety at every stage. Mayor Adams, I need to acknowledge your personal commitment to transit safety. You are from that world. You are a transit cop, and you've made it a priority to focus on transit safety, and you've put incredible leadership in the person of Commissioner Caban and Transit Chief Kemper. I know how passionate you are about this issue. But today is about the incredible work underway to push back on toll-dodging drivers and the entire problem of fake and illegal plates, which are a threat to public safety in so many different ways, not just that they're ripping off New Yorkers who play by the rules.
You know, it's like TBT and President, they were like, sheriff.
From day one with our subway safety plan. And when we talk about transportation, we don't end just in what happens below ground, but what takes place over our bridges. And Commissioner Caban and I, we often talk about whenever we need assistance in this area, Governor, you have stepped up. You have stepped up. And I know there's just so much y'all trying to pull us apart. It's just not going to happen. This is a partner. She's in charge of the state, and she has made public safety a part of her overall agenda. And her creativity, thinking outside the box, coming up with new methods, and being proactive. This was a proactive approach that the commissioner and his team, and the men and women behind us, those men and women who wear the uniforms as state troopers, New York City Police Department, Tribal Division Tunnel. And I just want to do a real special shout out to Commissioner Daughtry, who's here, Kaz Daughtry. Grew up in the police department. Chief Madry mentored him as a child. And you just don't realize what this young man has done. They disappear in the night. We're finding that in some of the most dangerous criminals in the city, they have various sets of plates in their vehicle, and they are changing them throughout the night. So this initiative is a proactive way of catching them before they do something dangerous. You know, 2 years ago, I say over and over again, our mission was clear, driven to make our city continue to be the safest big city in America, build our economy, and make this a livable city. Nothing is more disheartening to taxpaying New Yorkers who follow the rules is to stand by and watch those who break the rule and think they're going to do it openly. And when you look at the combined effort, the coordination of what we are doing together with the Sheriff Department, the Police Department, our state troopers, and all those who are involved, this is how you combat the ongoing issue of ghost cars and fraudulent, defaced, or non-existent license plates. And it doesn't matter the vehicle. You saw yellow cabs there, Range Rovers there. You saw old and new vehicles there. You saw high-end luxury vehicles there. There's a body of people who have made up their minds that they think that they can escape the law, and it's not going to happen. As well as they want to evade accountability for serious actions that they use in these ghost vehicles, such as shootings, robberies, and hit and runs. Hit and runs. Imagine your loved one being hit by a vehicle and you can't identify who they are. This drives up our insurance costs. This traumatizes family. There's a combined effort of really alleviating what family members go through when these actions take place. Well, today we're saying we're putting the brakes on ghost plates with the help of this multi-agency city-state task force, and we showed New York City what it means to really lean into this, and that we mean business. I want to thank MTA, the Sheriff's Office, TBTA, PAPD, and the DMV in the role that they are playing. We've issued 282 summonses, made 8 arrests, impounded 73 vehicles, and sent an important message to everyone who drives our streets or our city. No one is above the law. If you drive with an illegal or defaced license plate, you will face the outcome. And these are some of the plates that you see. This has become a market business. Florida, Georgia, and I don't even know which state this is. But this is the business that we're seeing that's propping up on social media and the internet, in a clear and loud message. The last month's crime stats show that every time we take one of these illegal vehicles off the road, we're taking off a potential person who's going to commit a serious felony or violent act. But overall crime in this city is continuing to fall by 1.1%. And car theft, which was really an aggravating issue for us in 2023. And we sat down, the Commissioner Caban and his team, Chief Madry, sat down and stated we must come up with a real plan and a real operation to lean into car theft. Much of it was being fed by social media. We're doing just that. Although it's skyrocketing across the country, it was down by 13% last month after seeing drops in both December and January. The car theft task force we announced past fall has delivered great results by deploying more officers and embracing new technology. Some of that technology we introduced and showed and displayed. It has begun to show the real result we're looking for. And every precinct is dedicated a patrol car that they are focusing 24/7 on the grand larceny auto problem that we were facing. We're going to enhance training. We're going to work with the DMV to be proactive. DMV is sending out notifications to those cars that are on our target list: Hondas, Kia, Hyundais. Those are our target areas. Direct correlation to what we're seeing on social media with young people. So thanks to this effort, we have seen 203 fewer vehicles stolen in the city during the opening months in 2024 compared to 2023.
Very outset that the era of the governor of the state of New York and the mayor of the city of New York fighting is officially over. Instead, we're teaming up to fight crime, and the results are so evident, particularly as a result of this initiative, which was just launched yesterday. We've been partners in so many areas of public safety, whether it's the subways, whether it's the stolen vehicles, whether it's getting illegal guns off the streets. And I'm so proud of that work, Mayor, and we're making a real difference. So thank you. Thank you for your passion and your dedication for this great city and making it as safe as we possibly can. You've seen what the Ghostbusters can do. We're going after the ghost vehicles because we're sick and tired of people taking advantage. And everybody else feels like a sucker because they're the ones paying the tolls like law-abiding citizens. Well, they're the ones who are going to get the last laugh. People lose their vehicles, lose their ability to get around, and are prosecuted because they are so flagrantly violating the laws of our state and our city. So the gig's up. These, as the mayor mentioned, many of these vehicles are involved in other crimes. We talk about retail theft. So many stolen vehicles are the opportunity for people to steal the goods and then to take them out and sell them online or other places. So we're going to break up these rings. And it starts right here on this bridge, and I could not be happier and so proud of the work we're doing. Janno, Lieber, we talk all the time about how we can keep people safe in our city, our roads, our bridges, our subway, working hand in hand with the NYPD. They're extraordinary individuals. The MTA police, I thank them. The state police who joined us here as well, my partners who are all over the state of New York solving crimes. The New York City Sheriff's Office, the MTA bridge and tunnel officers, the DMV. I used to run DMVs upstate, so I know all about what they can do. In fact, the mayor referenced this whole TikTok challenge. Talk about bold. On TikTok, young people were challenged to go out and steal Hyundais and Kias. Now, who drives a 10-year-old Hyundai or a Kia? These are not the wealthiest people among us. They don't have a Lexus in the garage in case their Kia gets stolen. This is how people get to their low-wage jobs. So to me, to see that there was a spike in theft because young people were challenged, we saw this first upstate, Mayor. Buffalo and Rochester had the highest rate of car theft in the nation last summer.
Thank you, Governor Hochul, Mayor Adams, and good afternoon, everyone. The multi-agency task force we're announcing today has a clear and well-defined purpose. locate illegal and unregistered vehicles traveling in and around our city, get them off our streets, and hold the people that are driving them accountable. Over the past 2 years, this type of enforcement has been a priority for the NYPD, and that's a very good reason. It's not just about defrauding the DMV, although that certainly plays a role here. But what our department is concerned about, and what the other agencies who've joined us on this task force are concerned with, is the clear connection between these illegal vehicles and violence. Having fake or obscure license plates is not new, but recently we're seeing the same photocopied fake plate used on different vehicles fleeing the scenes of separate crimes. We see these vehicles speeding through school zones and going through red lights. We see them colliding with other cars or hitting cyclists and pedestrians and just driving away. Here today, like everyone said, along with our partners, the MTA, the New York City Sheriff's Office, the New York State Police, the Port Authority Police Department, the New York State DMV, and others, to send a very clear message. This stops now. The task force we assembled is a talented, diverse team that is dedicated to keeping our roadways and the neighborhoods they run through safe. Once a month, we will deploy resources in different locations across the city, including our bridges and tunnels, and using license plate reader technology and our officers' own observations, we will screen for unregistered vehicles and fake plates. When we see these illegal vehicles, including scooters and motors, by the way, they will be pulled over. And when necessary, the drivers will be arrested and the vehicles impounded. Through these stops, we will also recover stolen vehicles, take unregistered and uninsured drivers off the streets, and bring wanted persons to justice. It's a cascade effect that results in safer communities across the 5 boroughs. That's what the people of our city deserve, and that's what we're going to deliver. And as the mayor said, yesterday was the first enforcement action by the task force, and the numbers speak for themselves. Going forward, we expect even more, because we will not tolerate lawlessness in our city streets. It's all part of our intelligence-driven approach to precision policing. It's another example of how interagency cooperation makes our city better and makes us all safer. And as always, I'm proud to stand with our dedicated partners as we make a simple promise to New Yorkers. There will be consequences for illegal behavior, and together, we will never stop fighting for the people we serve. Thank you all again for being here this afternoon. Stay safe and God bless.
Since 2019, and we're growing collections by 67% in just a couple of years. Just yesterday, on top of the amazing enforcement action that was initiated by the city and the other state partners, we seized 11 cars, we've been doing this all the time, that had a combined $100,000 of outstanding tolls and other issues that were caused them to be impounded, and there were arrests made as well. We're using every tool at our disposal, especially to deal with this issue of covered plates and fraudulent plates, which is a growing concern. And someone out there was arrested for a fake plate just yesterday. So please take this as a warning, folks. I think you've heard it from the governor, you've heard it from the mayor, you've heard it from the police commissioner, and little old MTA is going to add our voice. If you have anything affixed to your plate, just take it off, because you're going to be stopped by one of these agencies, and we've got officers all over the region. And your vehicle's going to be impounded and other consequences. This is about fairness. It's not fair at all when drivers sometimes rolling around in these, as the mayor said, these high-end cars, Bugattis and Porsches in some cases, come across bridges and tunnels and skip out on paying thousands in tolls. And
seizing those vehicles, we have been doing these operations locally for quite some time. Now we're joining a larger operation both on the state and city level. I think the people are going to see that the message is being received. This is no longer an acceptable act. There's no excuse for doing the things that you're doing right now. And the fact that many of these vehicles are being used to enhance criminal activity, that other people need to make sure that you cannot be mixed up with the criminals who are taking advantage of the same process. These are illegal, they present a danger. Again, you are not allowed to drive a vehicle around with a paper plate in any condition. Be clear about it. You're allowed to buy a vehicle, transport the vehicle, park it, and then it gives you 30 days to register the vehicle. So if you're driving around in these things, then you go from borough to borough, from street to street. Be advised that we are going to be seizing this vehicle, and it's a pleasure to be a part of a larger effort in a joint task force to be able to address this serious concern to the city. Thank you.
How about our Chief of Transportation? Phil is going to answer those questions for us.
Good afternoon. So yesterday comprised about 150 members across the 5 different agencies that participated in this operation. And I'm sorry, the second part of the question?
What exactly are you seeing on the license plates? What's being done to them?
So different methods. Some people are fixing pieces of tape to obscure one of the letters or to alter it. So if we have like a P, they're putting a piece of tape that makes it look like a B or a 6 to change it into an 8. That slight alteration will give us a false read. People are using heat guns and spray paints to affect the appearance of the license plate so that it gives back a reflection and makes it tougher to read. But we're on to them when we see some of those plates yesterday.
State your name again.
Chief Philip Rivera, Chief of Transportation for the NYPD. I'm sorry. Port Authority is here.
Hi. So the Port Authority has been engaged in ongoing toll evasion efforts for several years now. As part of this effort, yesterday we had about 20 officers out. We issued 142 summonses. 30 vehicles were either confiscated or their license plates were taken, and we arrested 3 people. Included in those numbers were a commercial business that owed us over $130,000 and also owes between us, the MTA, and the Thruway Authority in excess of $400,000. Sure. My name is Robin Bramwell Stewart, and I am Deputy Director of Tunnels, Bridges, and Terminals at the Port Authority.
James Ford Pixel.
Combined. And the plate readers are being used for more than just scofflaws. What these plate readers have been has allowed us to do. They have allowed us to go after very violent people. The police department is really coordinating with the plate readers to execute apprehension plan, apprehension strategies. People have been using our bridges as escape routes, particularly going to and from New Jersey and going to and from the various boroughs. And so what you're seeing right now, yes, we have been silently in our silos executing these operations, but coming together to execute them together is going to send the message we want. And part of what you're going to do today, many people were not aware of that. We're really leaning into these illegal plates. When they pick up the papers, when they turn on the news and they find out that the jig is up. And as the governor has really clear, the Ghostbusters are here. And that's who is going to finalize resolving this problem. It's the coordination, really coordination, and from time to time doing these operations. That's very important.
No more, right?
Good stuff.
Take that off.
But it's a version of the same problem. And the governor.
And these coming together doing these operations are the determinant.
Absolutely, because when we're really getting the same cross, but if I send them to the sheriff, it's going to go
Twice, but when you lose your vehicle because of this, it just wasn't worth it. You have to pay your tolls.
Right. Well said. Good stuff.
it all depends. Some majority of them have had a criminal history. Some of them was their first offense. I think the mayor and the governor have made it very clear today that it's not fair for the everyday New Yorker that has to go through, pay the toll, pay the subway. It's not fair. I personally have seen people pull over to the side, take off their license plate, put a fake tag on just to avoid payment of the fare. And those days are over. It's not happening.
All right, Sonia, you had something?
Do you want to talk about the penalties?
I'm sorry?
Anyone want to talk about the penalties?
The penalties vary according to a monetary fine as well as seizure of the vehicle. Most of the seizures are done because of unregistered due to lack of payment of the tolls, as well as just simply the plates being not on file. So if those vehicles aren't claimed in a certain amount of time, usually 60 to 90 days, the city can initiate forfeiture proceedings, and those vehicles will be forfeited.
But can I add one thing? Devices that obscure tolls. So the NYPD doing a hell of a job, the sheriff's office doing a hell of a job, could stop these people, and MTA police officers stop these people. They're obscuring their license plates with all the risk and criminality that's involved with that. And we can't confiscate the devices that are being used to obscure the plates. That's wrong on other websites. But Amazon really made a strong commitment. They ought to make good on it if they haven't. We'd like to look into that.
All right, Mark, NBC.
We'll move over to subways. TW made some comments today. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I don't know the comments that TW made. They got an ad in the paper. I was on page 9 of the Post, better than being on page 6. And I thought all my life I've been told I don't look good in orange because I'm a redhead, but I thought that the outfit they put in me was slenderizing. So that's all I'm going to say about the TW's comments. My view is the NYPD is doing a hell of a job in the subway system. We need to work. The governor's brought additional resources. The NYPD has the MTA's full confidence, and that's what I'm going to say, and that's what we're going to keep doing.
All right,